95.7 Jam School of Hip Hop class is back in session. Team 2 is in the building, right?
Yeah, we got your boy. Yes, that's right.
Go ahead and introduce yourselves.
We got Therwell over here.
TK.
Oh, you got Eric representing them Virgos.
And LaKale.
What's up with the whole zodiac sign thing tonight?
Old school. I really don't know what. I don't know.
All right, on with the show.
So right now we have entered the pay attention segment. We just wrapped up talking to Ms. Tammy Sawyer-Wonderher from the Jefferson County Department of Health about sexually transmitted diseases and infections and how you can get those things handled through the health department for little or nothing by calling 930-5571. The ladies are still in the building for your phone calls. We do not take phone calls until 9:40. How about that? You're listening to the School of Hip Hop. That's all that it is right now, the School of Hip Hop. So pay attention. Second half, we have a special guest. We're talking about something that's very popular in our generation and right now in society. Everybody has tattoos, right? So we have a popular tattoo artist in the city of Birmingham, Mr. Marshall. What's up, Marshall?
What's happening?
Sound like a rapper or something.
Really?
So a lot of people, I know you see tons of people week to week that want something somewhere on them, right? So that's a big job because whatever you put on them, it's gonna stay there. It's not going anywhere, right? So that means you got a big truth of what you do, right? So how did you get involved in being a tattoo artist? What made you want to do that form of art?
It really wasn't nothing planned. I had got kicked out of school my 12th grade year.
Okay.
And I was avoiding going home because I didn't want my mama to tear me up. So I hung out at the mall for a little while trying to decide what I was going to do, where I was going to stay that night because I know she was going to put me out. And I ran into Hakeem and I happened to have my book bag with my drawings with. And he got to looking at him. He was like, "You need to be doing tattoos." So he was working in Central Plaza at the time. And he took me in the back. He showed me a couple of things, and I've been doing it ever since.
And how long ago was that?
10 years ago.
Wow. Okay. So that's how I started. So you're an artist. You can actually draw. So then to transform these pieces of art to put on people's bodies is a whole nother situation.
Yeah.
So, like, when he said that, what did that say to you? Like, I'm going to be drawing my pictures and putting them on people, and then people are going to come to me with stuff they want on them, and I got to put it on them for a lifetime.
Yeah, at the time when you first told me that, only thing I was thinking in my head, okay, it's about me some time from going home.
His objective is, I have to avoid my mother.
Right. I just didn't want my mom to say I
As he was showing me things, I started liking it. Like, the difference between holding a pencil and the tattoo machine, it's a motor on the back of it. You have to get used to that weight and that vibration.
So did you mess up on anybody?
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, I messed some folks up when I first started. But when I first started, I didn't like just walk in customers, just friends and people I knew.
That didn't mind getting messed up for life.
Okay.
But
after I got used to that vibration, it was pretty cool.
Okay, so I know that you, like, I've been in your shop several times and I've seen the different pictures of people that you've worked with and different artists that these are people that you tattooed, right? Tell me some of those people.
I tattooed Duke from Boys in the Hood, Gee from Boys in the Hood,
That's
Jordan
a lot of
Breeze.
pictures.
I tattooed some of Gucci Man family, Waka Flocka. That's it.
I've seen many. I saw tons of pictures. Maybe you can't think of them right now.
Chad Jackson played for the Denver Broncos.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you got a track record.
You did Ocho?
Ocho, look here. Look at how she's groupie. Remember she fell.
Not a groupie. I really genuinely love Chad.
Wow.
I know you'll be here.
Wow.
So listen to this. We address issues on the School of Hip Hop, right? You know that. So I want you to be ready for what's about to come. Tattoos. Most of us in the room, in the studio, on the school board have multiple artworks on our bodies. All right. So I was thinking the other day, I have this tattoo, and I'm like, okay, so right now I'm 20-ish. When I'm like 40-ish and a couple of wrinkles come, it might look a little funny. Then I'm like 60-ish, some more wrinkles come, it's gonna look real funny. Then I'm 80-ish. Damn, why'd I do that? Do you have issues like that where people are kind of apprehensive? You've already started, they don't want you to finish because they're scared of what might happen, what it might look like later. Tell me some of your stories, like some of those type stories. on some crazy tattoos.
Actually, I have a lot of old people that come to get tattoos.
Oh goodness, they need to.
Old people. I
Oh.
hope you don't call them that.
They are.
Wait a minute. If I ask him something like, yeah, when you say old people, like, I mean, and I heard Wu chiming in, like, is it a bad thing for elderly people to want a tattoo? Like, is that a negative to you?
It's weird
When you say old, give me a roundabout age.
for a tattoo.
I say at the oldest I did 72.
What would they? What was she? What were they getting?
Yeah, what did she
She,
get?
well, I don't know why she wear all the gear, but she got her husband's name tattooed
Is that sweet?
At
No.
72?
No.
At 72? See, you know, there was somebody
The
for
love
50
never
years.
ends. The love never
Right,
ends.
never
I'ma get
ends.
that.
Hey, but this is where we look at his occupation. Now, this is where the issue comes in. People make careers off of things that a lot of people frown upon. The Bible says don't put markings on yourself, don't pierce your ear, all these different things that we hear. But then think about his occupation. Think about his story behind his tattoo artistry. In the School of Hip Hop, we feature artistry. One of the components of hip hop is graffiti. So I'm quite sure you could get a spray can and paint up something too, right?
Mm-hmm.
He's talented. So then you want to display this artwork. You got tattoos? So tell me about your experience. When you first decided that you wanted to get a tattoo, I know you saw somebody else's first, right?
Okay, the very first time I got a tattoo,
Mhm.
it was like a spur of the moment thing. My best friend was up, Kale, was like, let's go get a tattoo. Okay, and I didn't put no thought in it. And I was like, I'm on that, and I got it. And then a year or so later, I was like,
Had
you
to get another
know,
one.
I'm gonna get this covered up. And I got something else that I put a little thought into, and I'm
Okay.
still trying to work on that creation. But the very first time, I didn't put thought into it at all.
Eric.
Well, I've known Marshall for quite some time. Actually, Marshall, that design that you did for me, I still have that.
Didn't cover it up.
No, he drew a tattoo that I wanted to get
Mhm.
on paper. I still have the design. I hadn't gotten it yet, but I still got it. It's at home. I know exactly where it is. So he's very, very good at what he does. I told him what I wanted. He visualized it and put it on paper. So the tattoo is when I decided to get it, is exactly what I want. But I think the body art that I did get, it wasn't a spur of the moment thing. It was something that I wanted to do at the time. But now in hindsight, I would rather have put it in another part of my
And this
body.
is what we're getting at. So, in today's society, you're the tattoo artist, we're the people that see the tattoos. You see people with tattoos on their faces.
Mm-hmm.
Alright? You see people with tattoos on their necks, on their fingers. Anywhere that people can see them. Like you want them to be seen, I would suppose that's why you get them, or you want whatever your story is behind them. But how do you feel about being the artist that puts these tattoos in these places that are really just kind of strange and like, you know?
Honestly, I give them a little speech before I get started.
Oh, so you motivational too, huh?
Yeah, I try to make sure that's what they want on their body for the rest of their lives. And like, I try to find out their occupational status, like what do they plan to do with their lives. If you working at Burger King now, you plan on working there for the rest of your life. You got any other dreams or goals that may interfere, the tattoo may interfere with you accomplishing those things. So I try to make sure they're comfortable and willing to make their life decision before they get started.
So it's a life decision. School of Hip Hoppers, music, artists, and all that type thing. Athletes also play a big part in the image behind why we do things. We have, like you said, older people that are getting tattoos now and piercings also. But what does that say about society? Do we actually look forward to the future, or are we just living in the moment? How do you feel about that as an artist?
Really, I really can't say, because some people's decisions be very crazy. So it's hard to get into the mind of certain people when they want certain things. Like this guy, I told him no for like a month. He wanted 5 big stars starting from the right side of his face to the left side of his face. And he just graduated from high school, just turned 18. And I'm like, you think you can get a job like this? He was like, I already got a job. And I was like, what is your job? He wouldn't tell me. So,
we know what that was.
Did you do the tattoo?
yeah, I wound up, after a month, he kept coming back time after time. So I just went on ahead and did it. So
5 tattoos.
5 tattoos
yep.
over his face.
Oh, his face. Like forehead, like from the temple to the other side of the temple.
Wow.
You took pictures, correct?
Yeah, I got pictures.
So these are the things that tattoo artists see. I guess the whole point of this segment is not only to introduce you to Marshall and to the tattoo world, but to kind of make you think before you act. Because I've been seeing them. Like, I have them myself. I have tattoos. But I've been thinking, like, the older that I get, the more I look at what other people are doing now. And I'm like, the difference. Like, you know, a lot of people, why did you get that? Like I hear older people asking all the time, so why y'all get tattoos anyway? Same reason you got all these piercings going up the side of your ear. You know,
Yeah.